Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to our newest session of Zodiac, the next generation. Now, before we jump into the action, keep in mind we do these games. They are pay to play, but if you want to continue supporting our community and support more content like this and content creation of the sort, please consider joining our Patreon. The link is in the description below, and if you're not able to do that, please consider just giving us a like, a follow, subscribing to this video, dropping us a comment. Help the YouTube algorithm pick us up and spread us wide. That's what she said. Are we still doing phrasing? We're still doing phrasing, right? Yeah, I think we're still doing phrasing. But yeah, outside of that, Raina, tell us what happened last session.
Once I get that image out of my head, sure. So we started last session at the Dyer estate. It was in the evening with Rain taking some time to light some incense at a statue for her mom, and at that point Alel, who is the head person of her order, came by to ask that she start investigating the mouse folk, giving the details that they came over in great numbers 25 years ago, and the order is worried about their associations. Apparently there is a group that is breaking away from the main clans who have lycanthropic qualities, which is terrifying. Just like giant were-rats, rodents of unusual size, and so that's not good for anyone. So at that point, she agreed to look into those aspects, and everyone went to get their evening's rest. In the morning, everyone had breakfast. There was a large spread out, and it was at that point that Keys, the Kinku, returned, saying that basically repeating a message from Rodan, who is the leader of Maida, saying that he was willing to meet with the prissy noble girl. So at that point, we gathered up the whole crew and went to the diplomatic estate there. Through a tense conversation, Rodan did allow that with proof of skills and that they would not be a hazard to the city, that they would consider allowing the mouse folk to establish themselves into society. And he charged Rain and her companions with making that happen. He also was very unhappy that she has since added to the number of her companions, since she is supported by the city. In the meantime, Nobu Jr. and Keys escape to the bridge burners looking to get tattoos done. Meeting Griseldis Tattersail, who is a member of the bridge burners, who decided that they should go see Rainer Honstatter, who is the bridge burner rep in Terra, and in order to perhaps secure transportation up to the bridge burners establishment in order to get their tattoos. Upon joining back up, everyone does go to the Red Slipper, where Moose was taken in by Clackety Rocks, buying himself a set. And from there, they went to the Merry Bird, which is an exotic animal and mount shop, meeting Mauve Glyph, who is a half-orc female. And the negotiations to rent a horse and carriage were complicated by Nobu Jr.'s desire to have a camel and Polando's interesting math on how fast he could go if riding a warhorse. There was also an elephant present, and it took Rain and Nobu flashing their noble credentials in order to get the price to something that would be decent for them to accomplish. Rain had decided against traveling with the bridge burners simply because of there's a particular secret that she wants to keep hidden, and traveling with a large group of people does not necessarily allow for that. So with those negotiations finished, everyone is heading back to the estate to finish out the afternoon and evening, with Rain promising a important conversation before the next day's travel.
Wyatt, your next ability check is going to be at disadvantage, but it has to be the next one I prompt you to make. So yeah. Sorry, we're having terrible puns happening in chat right now, everybody, so excuse us. This is his punishment. He knows what he did.
I can see the cameras. I can see everyone's reaction.
Yeah.
They liked it.
No.
I had to stop myself from making another joke.
So anyways, you all gather up around Rain. Is it Rain or Raina? Because your display on here has an E.
It's either. Raina is the official, but she goes by Rain.
So you shorten your name from Raina to Rain by replacing an A with an E. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm in.
I couldn't decide on each one, and Raina sounds better with the middle names, but I like Rain more by itself, so I had to make it complicated.
Alrighty. So, all of you get into the estate where you see Rain is surrounded by all of her subjects. Notably, though, Ulrich is the only one who's still not here, as he did request the evening off, since you're going to be gone for a while. So, Prida walks in looking a little confused and handing out everybody their dishes and meals as well. Alright, so, you gathered everybody around. It's nighttime. What's going on? You're quiet again.
We're traveling to the bridge burners tomorrow.
You're still quiet.
Yeah, you're like really quiet now.
Huh.
Check the jack.
Shouldn't be an issue. Is that better?
You're literally at 1/4 of the output.
Yeah.
I don't know what I hit.
Me neither. Try turning it off and on again.
Oh god, Gary's acting strange.
Well, underestimate the big bad.
Oh god. Check your output. Go into audio settings.
Or try unplugging it, plugging it back in, because it was fine just a moment ago. Now it's not.
Okay, is that better?
Same.
Yeah.
Problem with having a fancy headset.
Sure.
Give me just a minute. Like if there's a way we could.
Sure. Everybody else, you're waiting for Raina to sit down at the table.
Raina, go over to your mute function. Click on the arrow up.
Gary, calm down. You've seen all these people a million times.
Gary's currently swimming in slow circles around the bowl.
Also make sure that your microphone is the one that you want. If that doesn't fix it, click on audio settings at the bottom of the list.
Rolando, do you want to race to the bridge burners tomorrow?
I don't want to beat you that bad.
Oh, no, it was close last time. Gary slowed me down. He got in the way. You all saw.
Yeah, you got in my way. You threw him at me.
I would never throw Gary anywhere. Gary acts on his own accord.
Well, then he jumped in the way, but...
Gary looks at you very concerned.
Okay, is this better?
Yes.
A lot.
All right.
Yes.
It automatically adjusted my microphone volume for some reason.
Could be a
Because why
bit
not?
louder.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
Yes,
some more
perfect.
troubleshooting later, but as long as this is working, we'll go with it.
I mean, it could be, but no.
It's fine.
I'm joking.
My standard of bad audio is Wyatt. As long as we're above that, we're good.
Hey, look at that, Wyatt. You got a level named after you.
Don't worry. I'm getting a new computer soon. Next month it should be here.
Nice.
Yay!
Hopefully that should replace the ringing. Anyway,
All right.
welcome to the
So-
table.
Yeah, Raina will come in. Frida, we're traveling tomorrow to the bridge burners.
Good. How exciting.
We'll be gone a few weeks, it looks like.
That's gonna be a long time.
Yeah, unfortunately. Especially since we just got back.
Hey, yeah. But not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be excited to have a nice quiet house again.
And clean, I'm sure.
She begins glaring at Sebastian and at what's his face, who's not here right now, the other guy.
Drake?
Drake.
Drake.
Thank you. I'm learning names and I don't see it.
Yes, Drake, the Canadian singer.
Oh, but that'll be good. Anyways, here's all of your dinner. We made some trout today.
Fish.
Excellent.
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any to have this conversation. Since we will be traveling, there are a few things that you'll need to know about me and know that I keep close to the chest.
$5 says she's a man.
Just because I'm tall.
Polando, AC? Oh, never mind, that hits.
Is that a spoon?
Keys throws a spoon. And it just smacks you in the forehead. Try that shit again, buddy.
Hang on 1 second, the cat's got something she shouldn't have.
Uh-oh, damn cats. Always getting in the way.
Can I try deflect missiles?
I'm gonna say this is comical and no damage, so no.
Okay, that's fine.
It just whack.
Yeah, it's something expensive she shouldn't have had.
Yeah.
There's a
cord.
air vent over there. So I didn't want her to knock it down the vent.
That's fair, that's fair.
Well, I am sure everyone has noticed that I have not been partaking in meals with everyone.
You've been at every meal.
I've been present, but I haven't eaten.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
My cousin was a picky eater. He starved.
There's a particular reason that I haven't, and has something to do with my mother's time fighting in the war. It's not a story that is very well known. In fact, I don't know if anyone who's been retelling the story actually knows this particular part. They were retrieving an important item that would help them win the fight against Leo. And to do that, they had to work through several other threats. And during the fight against one, with whom my family had a particular vengeful desire, my mother was attacked by something called a vampire. And because of extra abilities that made her a deadlier fighter and more of a threat and more capable of defending Zodiac, she decided to allow this particular state of being take over her.
What does that mean for you?
Vampire are undead. And my mother was pregnant with me, although she didn't know it. And because of that, I was born the way that I am. We feed on the blood of other living creatures, and that is how we sustain ourselves.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Moose is gonna immediately scurry into the satchel. I knew it! They're trying to eat me!
Mondo will stand up and kind of take a couple steps back from the table.
No, don't. I have a lot better control over it than most vampire of my age. And
Wait, what do you mean control?
it's a hunger.
So if you lose control, we're in danger?
No,
Yes.
no, I think that's what the help is for. But don't worry, she hasn't lost control since I've known her.
Right.
And I've known her my whole life.
And it is... I have goats specifically for that. I have not fed on a person at all. Ever. And I will do everything absolutely possible, including endangering myself, to keep from doing that. There are other vampires out there. They live in... They have their own towns, their own culture, their own way of living, and like most everything, they just want to exist and go about their day-to-day and They are lawful people. There's rules, they believe in rules, and I believe in rules for myself. And not feeding on people is one of them. And Polando, if it helps to know, the Lady Sunseer was with my mother through her transformation.
Well, you've been nothing but hospitable and nice to us. I don't see any reason not to trust you. And if Lady Sunseer stood by your mother, then I'll stand by your side.
Thank you. Truly, the benefit of it for me really is darkness tends to be more of my friend than the daylight. We're very sensitive to light, and that is really the only downside to me not feeding. So I can go for a while if it is necessary, and I can promise each of you that I will not let myself be overcome.
Is that why you never join me for my morning breathing in the sunrise?
Part of it, yes. I don't sleep really either. There are a few quirks, and as she smiles for the first time, you really see the fangs. Yes, so that's really what I wanted to tell everyone. And of course, you saw my position in Maida, and if this were to become public knowledge, all of the work that I've done for the city, all of the work I've done for the people, it's gone. So I ask, please, I've trusted you with this information, all of you. Please keep it safe.
Aye, there's some orders of Sunseer's sunlights that know of the existence of vampires and have been hunting them. Of course, they have their reasons and they believe they are rightful to do it, but I don't think it's all right to just target a group of people because they exist. Eh?
So these vampires don't attack people.
Oh, some of them do. She looks at you, Rain. Most of them do. Or don't mind if they do. They don't seek to do it. They just.
There's...
Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard to describe. There's some of them, especially when they're young or just turned, the hunger takes over them and they can't help themselves. But for the most part, the ones who are older and more established control themselves and try to control the younger ones. And considering that many of you haven't heard of them, it just shows how good of a job that they've been doing. It's part of the reason why I work so hard for what I do, that people are judged by who they are and not what they are.
Honestly, I mean, Polando, when you first hear this, it's a little unsettling, but after a while, you kind of forget. It doesn't really come up a lot.
I didn't really ever see it as too much of an issue to begin with, but I see how it should be something everyone knows that is traveling with us.
Yes, because I don't want anyone to see me biting the neck of a goat and wonder what's going on. And I promise, they are the most well cared for and spoiled goats in existence.
Please, can I roll insight?
Sure.
Don't believe your longtime childhood friend.
Cousin.
No, it's more just.
Both are correct.
I don't think I've ever seen the goats. That's what I was like.
No, you've seen the goats. You traveled with her for a while. You've never seen her feed because she keeps that very private.
That's
Very
messing with the
awkward.
computer.
Yeah. Your cat's on the other computer, by the way.
That's okay.
It's not yours.
Ah, yes, I live by that creed.
Yeah, she'll probably settle down in the other chair in a few minutes. It's like her favorite spot.
Well, I mean, your boyfriend sits there all the time, so it must be nice.
I guess.
That is cat brain.
Yeah, he gets up and she steals it within 20 seconds. It's great.
Warmth.
Well, I hope that doesn't change anyone's opinion of me, and considering that Moose has hidden, I'm sure he's terrified of me at this point, and
He's terrified of everything.
Yeah, he was like deathly afraid of like a turkey.
But the fact that you decided to confide this in us just proves that we're friends. And friends are there for each other.
I hope
You
so.
hear a bit of low grumbling from your satchel.
Moose agrees.
And
Moose like pops his head out, and he just squints at you.
Rain will come over and put a hand on Polando's shoulder, and it is ice cold.
Mine's very warm.
He's just staring at this interaction.
You have my cold and my warmth and my sweat.
And my fur.
Very
Sorry.
Lord of the Rings moment.
Yeah.
Sebastian, what do you bring to the party?
Salt.
No, we get that from Nobu.
I don't know.
Nobu has the sweatiest of hands.
You think
Calamity
Jake
at
has
all
perfume on his
times.
hand?
It's the perspiration from the bowl.
Whatever you have to tell yourself.
Nobu, I am curious though. I do need you to roll an animal handling check real quick. With disadvantage, I'll say.
Oh, can I use my game inspiration?
Sure.
Straight roll. Oh, that wasn't bad. That's not bad
Okay.
at all.
No problem. Just go ahead, everybody.
That never seems nice. All right.
So are you alright?
Who were you talking to?
Moose.
He's making some like odd, high pitch and quick noises, and he's looking left to right, as if he's having a conversation with himself.
In mouse.
Yes.
Well,
He pops back in, rustles around. It just sticks a hand out, like the whole, like a handshake, basically, but it's so tiny you can't notice.
well, Rain will go to shake his paw.
He shakes it for exactly a second and darts his hand back in. You can see his
Thank you.
eye.
Moose, that was very kind of you. Now, if you could excuse me for a moment, I do need to see to the goats. Enjoy your dinner, and I will be back momentarily. And she'll go out back and launch on a goat.
Yep. Moose, when you dart back into the bag, You look at the other side of it, and there's sweetbread in there.
Don't quoi?
Sweetbread. It's almost like a.
I understand what a sweet.
Okay, cool.
No, I get the concept from the name itself.
It's sweet.
No, but that's just what Moose is like. Wait, what? Takes a bite.
It's sweet. Tastes a little bit like honey, fluffy, soft.
So it tastes a little bit like the honey lemon I made.
Yes.
Begins to look for plants.
There are no plants in your safe space. This bag is your safe space.
It's going to take like a chunk of it and stick his head out. We'll
Mhm.
put this in here.
You see, at some point during the conversation, Dorena is now seated next to you, and she's eating sweetbread of her own.
A stalker. He's going to keep eye contact with one eye, and he's just going to reach into the bag with his head above it. And take out another piece of sweetbread as he's eating and staring.
And she's eyes glued straight forward, eating her own.
His little wheels are turning. You gotta understand, he thinks of her as a predator. She has done nothing but stare at him.
In the sense of like a woof, just to clarify for anybody watching. She's not yet.
Sorry. I don't think, when I say predator, I don't think Carl Hansen.
Okay. Or Chris Hansen? You're Carl.
Chris Hansen. Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
Why don't you have a seat right there? Why don't you just go have a seat?
Have a seat. Have these cookies.
Well, what are you doing here, huh?
I was thinking of a different Carl with a H sound. I thankfully enough have never met one of those. Well, that's attempted it.
Yeah, I got you. But anyways.
Enough predators out of here.
Sweetbread? I think it's Asian. Kind of like sweet donuts, but it's like a slice of bread. Compare it to angel food cake. But just like a slice of angel food cake.
All right.
Sweetbread.
Yeah,
I
sweetbread.
just mean when you said that, the first thing I thought of was like a pancreas.
Oh.
There are two kinds of people in this world.
Well, I thought that he should have been more alarmed, and he's like, "I'm gonna eat it."
Yes, I can understand how you. I think that
The one thing he's not afraid of.
Food.
a pancreas. No, yeah, I just looked up sweetbread and I saw the thymus gland, or rarely the pancreas of an animal, especially used for food.
That was not my intention, but anyways. It's
Yes,
bread
but-
that's sweet.
Portuguese. Apparently,
All right.
that was the first continent of origin.
Interesting. You learn
Well,
something
but
new
one-
every day.
I just looked up sweetbread, so that was the first thing that came. Sweetbread aside, goat nibbling and stairs.
Alrighty. So, the evening's dinner progresses very easily. Now, Prida will look at you all and go, "Alright, so let me know where you're going. You said you're heading up to the bridge burners, right?"
Yes, Prida.
Okay. So, since you're heading up there, I guess, you all know how you're getting there, right? You have a map. You have directions, a guide.
We have keys.
Keys looks up at you and goes, "What?"
Keys, don't you have the map from coming back from Lorien still?
Wrong place.
Well, we heard it was north of here.
Keys nods.
Weren't the bridge burners heading up there? I'm sure it would.
You muted yourself halfway through
I'm
there.
sure it wouldn't be very hard to follow them. They're probably not being very stealthy about it.
You need a map to travel around the area.
We got Drake, and he's an expert.
Drake looks. What? Yeah! I totally know how to get there.
On that, Prada, we need a map.
Well, you better go get one. Dorena brought over just enough gold to sustain this place for the month. Apparently, you've already went into all of your allowances, huh?
Apparently.
Got a little left. We can probably get a map in town.
All right.
How much for a map?
Keys looks over at you. 350.
Keys, I don't think that's right.
I have money.
Is that in Nobu Jr.'s voice?
Yeah.
Going to like swivel my head around towards Nobu. In actuality, he's just turning around in the satchel.
Keys, would you like money to go get a map?
Oh, I'm on it. I'm all right.
Can get you a caramel on the way back.
You hear that same high-pitched noise that Moose always makes come out of him. And he just waddles out.
How does Moose react to this?
It depends on the situation. What sort of a noise is that? Distress?
No, that is the, I'm
Excited.
contemplating, but I might be happy about this
Oh.
noise.
Immediately another swivel, completing the 360.
Maybe we should have gotten a map when we started going around the continent. You know, I do think we accidentally ended up in Morian 3 times in a row.
You guys made it all the way to How the hell did you...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we've been.
You don't need a map when you don't know where you're going.
I mean,
True.
I would believe Sotide, Nordis, easily.
It probably wasn't even Morian. We're not very good with
We
directions.
got to the ruins of Mishara.
Wow, Murian sucks and just walks
I got
out.
destroyed by the war, but shit.
Canon. I think the ruins of Mishar are Morian now.
Wait, you mean there's more land that way? Huh. And you're supposed to be the wise one of the party, Belando.
We're fucked.
I'd like to.
Worst
I'd like to,
port city ever.
I'd like to.
Yeah, Moose?
I'd like to revise what you said. You don't need a map when you don't care where you're going.
That is true.
I was standing at the fountain in the courtyard, just like, this is the port. This is terrible. There's not even any ships. Let's get out of here.
Moose hangs up the flyer anyway.
Oh, is that canon?
Just in case.
Okay.
All right. I think we've got all of our plans then.
You all hear a knock at the front door.
What is that sound?
It is a knocker.
Flashbacks. Just traumatized mouse noises.
You guys gonna get that?
Rain will get up and go get it.
Okay. You go over, you open the front door, and you see the same happy scruffy-looking individual, the orcish woman that you met over at the exotic animal shop. Shit.
Ave?
Mav or Maeve.
That is her name, but I'm looking for the name of the shop.
Happy
Mary
Bird.
The Mary Bird?
Also, I didn't know that Maeve got such a potty mouth now.
Maeve? Yeah, Maeve. Ooh,
Shit,
hi.
shit.
Hi, how are you all? Just let you know I'm bringing over all of your shipment and everything else. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Good, no problem. Oh, so by the way, she hands you a letter. This is what I would like you to make as your public statement. You know, just rearrange a few things. I highlighted the ones that are the most important details, of course.
I'm going to investigate it.
Alrighty. While you're doing that, she's just standing in the middle of the archway. What smells nice?
11.
Well, it's a script, so there's not a whole lot to investigate.
I'm just making sure there's stuff in there I wouldn't.
So
putting...
it is you saying that when you were distressed and distraught and you needed help to travel and save somebody's life, you chose the Mary Bird, knowing that Maeve would take care of you and that Maeve would absolutely 100% help you out of the kindness of their own heart to ensure the best customer service and interaction in a fair, decent manner. You would absolutely recommend Maeve to any persons who are looking to travel across the realm or find the exotic pet of their choice.
It's not bad, considering.
Yeah, that's it. This is just the public statement.
Gotcha. Alright, well, this looks... good. And she, like, will tuck it into the front part of her armor. Are they going to be here this evening or in the morning?
Oh, I already brought them out back.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I saw you had stables that you're just not using.
Right. Hence the need to rent the horses. And they're all set up and everything?
Oh yeah, all of them have their feed. You're gonna have to connect them in the morning, but your one gentleman showed that he knew exactly what he was doing. By the way, you don't mind if I take these, do you? She holds up a fistful of squirrels that are all dead.
No, go right ahead.
Thanks.
Can Moo see this?
Sure. She has a bundle of dead squirrels. You know, one of these sessions, I'm going to have to make you give me a con save to not have a heart attack.
Philandro,
Yes.
the satchel no longer has tension in it.
I'm gonna
He is-
look in it and see where he is.
Scurry
passed out.
of squirrels.
Must be
He's
that
no
time.
longer propping himself up to, like, because it's a satchel. It's not got a platform for him.
Well, mouthful of food. I'll look over and just, Maeve, you want to join us for dinner?
I would love to. And she walks inside.
I'll look over to, is it Prida or Prida?
Prida.
Pride.
It's Prida?
I think it's Prida. Or is it Prida?
We can go-
It's your
we can go
NPC.
with-
You tell
we
me.
can
You
go
already
with dinner.
said Pride.
Sure, it's Prida.
Okay.
Okay, I'll look over at Prida. And is that all right?
Sure. You already invited her into my home. Might as well feed her too.
That's
Thank
a nice
you.
scurry of squirrels.
And I'll give her a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, thank you. You kiss
No,
her.
not her.
No, I.
Okay.
No, not her. Maeve looks at you and goes, "Oh, thank you." She drops them off in the corner and washes her hands inside of one of the bowls and just slaps it all off.
Deep breaths, Rain. Deep breaths. She's still at the door, just like.
for Maeve.
Alrighty, you do so. Maeve is going to continue eating dinner with all of y'all, but there's no need to roleplay unless any of you needed roleplay to do. No special interactions, no questions. Alrighty then.
Well, I think is after dinner that I would like to do.
Sure. Maeve is going to be that lingering guest who needs to be excused verbally.
Maybe if you stayed the night, you could sleep over with me and Gary. Prida usually does it, but she doesn't want to.
What? No. No, you're not allowed to stay here.
Unfortunately, I do have to say that we are leaving very early in the morning, and I would like to make sure that your horses are under the best care possible. So that means that we'll all need to be well rested. And of course, I'm sure you want to give your customers your best as well.
Oh, of course. I always do. Bright and early, bushy-tailed. Oh, yeah, the squirrels. And then she excuses herself with her bundle of squirrels.
Bye, Maeve.
Bye.
For a second, the satchel was taunt, and then like it just woke up and heard that.
And then Rain will wait a few moments and then go outside and just kind of hop up on a wall that's part of the landscaping, and wait for our other companion to make his way back to the estate. With her bottle of whiskey next to her.
Alrighty. So, go ahead. You said you were waiting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's there.
No, I'm waiting for Ulrich.
Oh. I heard the wrong name.
I said waiting for our other companion.
That's the wrong name. Okay. About 5 hours go by. How long do you plan on waiting?
She doesn't sleep.
Yeah, true. 5 hours go by, and he eventually walks in. Everybody else is already in a very deep state of slumber at this point in time. And he wanders into the estate, sets up his hat, looks over at you, smiles, keeps walking.
Hey, thank you for today.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
I know what you gave up to be here. And I try to make it as worthwhile as I can, and even if it's hard, and I promise I'll talk to Nobu about the whole Gary thing.
I could care less about the fish. Really doesn't bother me.
Alright.
Something to do is never a bad thing.
Right. I'm shit at this, but thanks anyway. Especially, like I said, I you have a lot of important things to do elsewhere too, and
Well, let's just hurry.
yeah.
All right. He excuses himself upstairs. However, during this time, Nobu Jr. did not have a bunkmate.
A mistake was made that night.
Nobu, were you doing anything at night?
Probably peeing the bed, but
All right. You also
Yeah, no.
forgot to turn off the lantern by the time you already tucked yourself in. And now it's out of reach.
just what I sent you. That's it.
You sent me something?
A while back, but that was it.
A while back. Yeah, you already told me about that. I figured that was the previous one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Nothing really.
No problem.
Inviting Prida or anyone that's walking past his room beforehand.
Alrighty, a few hours into the evening, you hear heavier footsteps walking towards your room. The second heaviest footsteps in the entire house.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
No, I don't want him. He smells like cigarettes. I'm
He
going
en-
to sleep.
He enters into your bedroom.
Oh no. I'm gonna pretend I'm asleep.
Roll a deception check.
Oh god.
Thought it would be a performance.
Performance or deception?
Deception.
Oh no.
You lay back. He sits on his bed opposite side of the room, takes off his boots, lays down, and just ignores you. You must have really... Good night, Nobu.
Good night, Gary.
Gary keeps swimming in circles.
Aren't you gonna say it back?
Roll animal handling.
Oh wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Wow, I'm not doing too bad at this thing.
Yeah, no. It spins in the water. You taught a fish how to roll over. It'll forget in about an hour, but you taught it.
We'll see. Anyways, yeah, nobody's going to sleep. Nothing special
Alrighty.
happening.
So, bright and early, Philando, you wake up second in the house. Somehow Prida has you beat.
Impressive.
She looks over at you as you're climbing up to the top of the roof. Hey, you do this enough years, it's just in your bones, right?
I guess so. I don't even think about it anymore. I just get up as soon as the dawn comes over.
What? You missed half of the experience.
Nighttime?
No, that first ember across the skyline.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I still in the satchel?
I imagine they put you in like a crib or something in the satchel to keep you safe.
It's my own little house.
Yep. It's Rain's old cage. Crib.
I just had like a fucking 1,000-year stare when I realized what you said. And I thought about how fucking weird a baby vampire would be.
Yeah, it would suck.
Just crawling up the wall.
Okay.
Just
What the hell?
death.
I've been throwing out funny shit all day, and I haven't gotten a single reaction from anybody. Seriously, y'all?
I was less
I'm going to keep my retort to myself because I like my rolls to not be a disadvantage.
I said it would suck. It's a vampire. Just whatever. Go ahead.
I gave
okay.
you a head shake. I got that one. I was just like,
I didn't. I am an idiot when it comes to the English language.
Yeah, I missed that one. I'm just an idiot, period.
Just like a fuckless of badgers.
Look.
See,
I don't
Wyatt
hear
got
what you
it.
said.
Wyatt got it immediately. It's a fuckless of badgers. That shit's gold.
I mean, I love
Anyways.
coming up with names for groups, like a scurry of squirrels.
Honestly, I'd call it like giving a fuck void.
Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Anyways. You sit up there with her, praying deeply up towards the sun. What does your sermon sound like, Palando? That was the wrong button. There we go.
I don't know that it's so much of a sermon as I'm just doing yoga and breathing and taking in the sun.
So you don't have an actual prayer, just a strong appreciation.
Yes.
Oh, God, I just went immediately to Ruby. Salutations! Just oh, I love that character. Penny's OP. Anyways. I think everybody else is waking up right now. You all go downstairs. Food's already being cooked in the kitchen, where you hear Keys is currently singing at the top of his lungs right now. It sounds a lot like Diggy Diggy Hole.
Why?
Because he can.
I did give you a kinku.
Yeah. You gave me a kinku. He is his own walking soundboard. Be happy that my soundboard isn't set up yet.
Sorry, folks.
So everybody, nice loud music is playing from the kitchen. You all gather up downstairs, huh?
My favorite. Come on, Ulrich, let's go. Don't forget to grab Gary.
Actually, he stops you before you leave. And he talks to you about Gary.
What about Gary?
I'm gonna message you.
Well, that's happening.
Your fish, your problem.
I mean, you're not wrong. No, when Polanta gets down to like the foyer or whatever, Moose is just gonna pop out of the satchel wearing a little cap.
Yeah.
With a tiny little ball dangling at the end of it. Holding a very tiny pillow.
Good morning, Moose.
He's blinking one eye at a time. Just
Are you excited? Today's the day.
I'm tired.
All of you with 13s here from the other side of the kitchen, or at the kitchen door, a very high-pitched squeal. And Durain is just walking towards the table, placing something down, and then walking back to the kitchen.
I feel like I'm gonna give I'm gonna give two characters heart attacks just from the way I describe things.
Listen, you can only be so adorable. You can only be so fucking adorable.
Hey, I am venting all the adorableness of Snapper into this character.
With none of the drawbacks of Eldritch Horror.
Yes, that is his thing.
Or benefits?
I mean, I can't talk to your mind, so that's
Yeah.
good. But hey, I've got a potion. Hold on, I gotta roll for it again. Ooh. Intriguing.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Moose says morning and then just suddenly realizes again.
You're
And
fine,
just-
Moose. I've already had breakfast.
It looks like you terrified him more by saying that.
So I shouldn't reference any of that at all. Is that better?
I don't know if there's anything you can do that will make Moose relax.
Yeah, the more you talk about it, the more he'll get used to it.
Maybe.
Either that or give him a heart attack.
I didn't know that you were a thing.
Frankly,
Well,
me neither.
Till a couple days ago, I didn't know you were a thing.
He's got a point.
Until I met Philando, I didn't know you didn't all want to eat me.
Who said I don't want to eat you?
He jumps out of the satchel.
I'm kidding. I thought you would have known that by now.
He is hiding behind a banister. Small head peeking out.
No.
It's probably best if we get an early start to the day, and she's just like in pain saying that. So let's go ahead and eat up. And
The keys return with the map.
he's returned. Let's see if he has the map.
Yeah, that's.
Keys.
I don't know if he can hear you over singing.
It's raining, man.
Y'all.
Keys comes wandering out holding a giant tray of sausages. Yes, my lady.
Were you able to get the map?
Hell yeah.
Perfect. All right. So we are all set.
One problem.
See the map?
Sure. And he places the tray on the table, goes over towards his bag in the corner, which is just filled with rolls of paper all over the place. Scrolls after scrolls after scrolls. Picks it up, throws it, picks it up, throws it, picks it up, wanders over and hands it over to you, Sebastian.
Okay, is this a map of where we're going?
It is a regional map of Terra, specifically Terra. However, it is written... What languages do you understand?
I know Common, Elvish, and Undercommon.
Unfortunately, you can't read any of the writing, scribing, or anything on it. It's written in a completely different language. You don't even understand the script.
Well, he's got a map, and it looks like this vicinity, but it's not written in Common or any other language I can read.
Do you hold it up for us to see?
Yeah, I'll put it on the table. Does anybody know what this says?
Does anybody have Dwarvish?
Hey, Palando does.
Hey, Palando can read a map. Well, he can physically read a map.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Dwarvish. You guys don't speak Dwarvish?
Not so much. Not a lot of dwarven sailors that I've ever come across.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Boom, 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 boom.
Can I just say that I really wish that instead of a hell yeah, you just done the little John yeah.
No, I'm saving that for when he's actually excited.
Damn it.
But anyways, he goes, oh, yes. And then hands it over to you, Palando.
Is it this map that we're on?
Get it? It's just about everything here. Right?
No, it is all of the Terra territory. That means it stretches from Sotide specifically, Sotide, like this, up, horseshoeing all the way around to Nordis. But it doesn't show you all of Nordis. It just shows you this section of Nordis. So cut across. Where my white bar is.
Cool.
Not this area.
So literally on it is just Sotide, Taurus, and the outskirts of Nordis.
Bridge Burners is on it. Ruins of Mishara. The entire mountain range is on it.
Oh, it's west of the line you were
Okay.
drawing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, whether it was
Okay.
The inside or the outside of like?
Yeah.
It is the horseshoe. The horseshoe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's just north of here. Like I said, we just gotta go north.
Yeah.
Looks like we hug the mountains. We'll run right into it.
From everything I've heard, we probably want to stay a little bit away from the mountains.
We probably just want to
Honestly,
stay
see.
about a mile away from the mountains, but keep an eye on them.
There are mountains.
Is there a road? I mean, presumably between Mida and the bridge burners, there's travel. I mean,
So I will say, Sebastian, you're the one who's proficient with
water
land
vehicles.
survival check. Somebody give me a survival check.
And
One
I'm
of you
six.
two. One of you two. Polando can read the writing.
I am
Sebastian
proficient in
has
survival.
Sebastian
Okay.
has experience. So Sebastian,
Come on.
all right.
11.
You're
North it
proficient
is.
and you're lower than me.
Well, I have a 0 in
Hey,
wisdom. but
give
I'm
him a
proficient.
couple levels. Like 11. I mean, yeah, there's a road that connects between here and Bridge Burners. It's going to take a little bit of time. By your estimate, maybe. Let me count the miles.
Where's the nearest river?
Oh, the nearest river is.
That's how I navigate.
that way. Oh.
Okay, we need to loop back down and come back.
So yeah, you're only about 22 miles or so away from the Bridge Burners location. It's going to take you roughly about 2 days of travel if you don't get, encumbered by anything. Shouldn't be terrible. I mean, hell, there's a road.
Roads are like the rivers of the land.
Sebastian, you said you're a sailor, right?
Of course.
Then you know of Morian. It's supposed to be a big port town.
Yeah, I'm from there.
Okay, Moose and I went there a couple times, and there was nothing there. Did it get attacked or something? I mean, it looked like it was in ruins.
I don't think you're in the right place.
It was attacked.
I'm
25
fairly
years ago.
certain. Oh, okay. So it may have got destroyed then.
All right, but I
And the
You have
port
some
was
high
a little
standards.
underwhelming.
What? I'm
It was
sorry.
tiny.
Excuse me? I'll
think
have
you-
you know
you're
we have
in a-
the biggest port outside of library.
Well, that's sad.
I am offended.
At this point, Moose gets out of his hiding spot. It's been 10 minutes. He's calmed down.
All right, has everyone eaten?
yes.
Moose runs over to where all the sausages are, cuts them into pieces, and just stuffs himself.
Cheeks.
Exactly.
More food in your cheeks for later.
We'll throw some food from breakfast into Gary's bowl. And probably
Yeah, I think we'll, take a little to-go bag. It's better than strictly rations. Any leftovers, and we'll head out. As long as Prida got to eat. Don't want to leave her with no breakfast.
I got to eat. I eat before all of you assholes, so it's always taken care of.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. You've always been nice to me.
Yeah.
Moose is going to give Pride a hug, and he's going to say thank you for not trying to eat me.
Oh, don't worry. There's never been an opportunity in my life where I felt the need to eat a mouse.
That's good.
Yeah. Maybe if I was a little more poor.
That's less good.
Yeah. That's why we try to make sure people aren't poor.
That's good.
Yeah. Or else they'd eat all the rodents.
That's bad.
That it is.
They taste better than you think.
He's gonna be afraid of poor people now.
Your
Moose is gonna
shoes
look
are
at
open.
Moose is going to look at Sebastian.
Moose
how
chicken
he
of the
goes.
slums.
He's just going to hide behind Prida.
Yeah.
Prida.
Let's get everything together. The horses and carriage are here.
They're already saddled up out front.
Oh, thanks. So let's get our things, and I'll get the goats.
Yeah. As you all walk out, Dorena looks at all of you and has a complete shift in her emotions almost instantaneously. All right, everybody, we have all of the rations divvied out specifically. Don't mind me. I went into your bags to pull them out as well. They are all labeled with your names for each meal interval. We are organizing our schedules and keeping them in sync. From now until evening, we are only going to be stopping about 3 times through the entire journey, okay? Gary does have rations of fish food.
Oh, wait, what? This won't do. Gary's used to a certain standard of living.
She looks. Gary doesn't look too well.
Well, you see, Ulrich has been putting ashes in his bowl.
Ulrich just looks at you and raises his eyebrow. Really?
What? Was this
Really?
a secret? Was this a big secret?
Apparently, he felt like he needed to sneak out and buy a real fish.
What?
Oh, I'll tattle on you. I don't care. Goes and keeps smoking.
You. Okay, let's just get going.
Honestly, I'd recommend putting a bell on him.
You know that's not a bad idea.
And isn't. I have a bell just for it. He pulls out a bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Whatever, it's better than
Ray
the helmet.
takes it and goes after Junior.
All right, oppose athletics or oppose acrobatics. Your call.
Athletics, and I'm using my recap inspiration.
Already. Go ahead, Nobu.
Oh, wow.
Wow. These two are very used to doing this, clearly. But after about 3 minutes of them running around the house, Reyna gets him in a full Nelson and just drops him to the ground like that and just ties it around his ear.
Can I do shield?
It doesn't really help with that.
armor
Yeah.
class, not
Yeah,
your-
yeah, yeah.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
Moose comes back out from his satchel with a twine and needle.
Moose.
Should have cast grease on yourself.
I do have that. I have that spell.
We knew you would.
Can't catch me.
Oh no.
Moose has a threaded needle.
Yeah, I have weaver's tools.
Are you gonna sew the bell on for her?
Ulrich will carry the satchel over to Nobu and just like, oh, do you mind sewing that into his collar?
Like on the cat.
Yes.
I can do that.
And while you're at it, what we need is a patch that says, if found, please return to rain.
I can add a
Or
temporary.
more. I'll give
Moose
him
is-
my underwear that he could put like the
What were you
name
saying,
and the
Moose?
rest on it.
What were you saying, Moose?
He says, I can add a temporary one. I need to embroider it.
That'll be perfect.
Ulrich looks at you. You know he has one of those. It's called a symbol. Signet ring.
No, I can't misplace it. She says as she's got it like on the ground.
I think we
Meanwhile,
just figured
Moose
out
is
what his
sewing.
tattoo's gonna be.
Oh, I just snorted. 21.
Alrighty. You sew it in there, you get it in between all of the seams. He would have to destroy his outfit to get rid of it. Or do better than you're weaving.
Just double, triple.
So
layering.
Nobu, you now have disadvantage on stealth checks, just so you know. Because of the jingly bell. You're muted.
Oh, you can't like just cut the thing inside because it's just a
No,
big
he
long-
sewed it into your actual collar. So unless you want to ruin your shirt, which is a very nice, expensive shirt your mom bought for you,
Yeah, he wouldn't ruin that.
it's like at the bell loop that it's sewn in.
Bell loop.
Alrighty. Then with the entertainment out of the way, I think this is where we're going to go ahead and take our break, everybody, but we will be right back as the journey to the Bridge Burners comes next. See you all soon.
Cook.